So when you're working on the ankle and foot, a really nice way to do this is to bring the leg up like this, and then you can place your leg on the table. Once again, use a little bit of lotion on the foot and the ankle. And then you can work on both the ankle and the foot from this position. So let's assume that someone has, a very tense ankle. Maybe they have plantar fasciitis, some sort of heel issue, Baxter nerve entrapment. These are all issues that relate to the foot. So along the Achilles tendon, you can get a thickening of the fascia. You can also get kind of a tendinopathy. So it's really nice to go in and work with one of these IASTM tools in this area. So you can go just beside the Achilles tendon, be a little bit sensitive, and just work around that area. If someone's really inflamed in the tendon, I wouldn't say work over it, but if not, it's fair game to work over the tendon. And what you're gonna find most times when you do this is that it's gonna feel very like crunchy when you're working in that area. But it's a worthwhile pursuit. So just go very gentle at first, communicate with the client, see if they're comfortable. Kate, how does that feel? Okay, so the client feels that it's really nice. So we're just working, we're just sweeping up in that area. And I like to treat in this position because what you can do with the foot is you can actually bring the foot into plantar and dorsiflexion really easily. So as I'm working through the Achilles, I can kind of stretch her foot, pulling it down, and then I'm working through this kind of outstretched tissue. Now you don't want to force it too much, but you're just creating a little stretch as you work down the tendon. Now work both sides, brush beside the tendon. You can even brush away from it, which is a nice way to kind of open up the range of motion at the ankle. And then what's really cool is since we have the foot in this position, we can work on the foot. So you can brush along the entirety of the foot. Usually it's nice, once again, in a kind of outstretched position to work on this. And you can see where there might be some areas of adherence. And you can work around the heel, which is really nice. So you can work on either side and just brushing along the heel. And you can get very specific in the foot as well. So you can kind of work down, see where there might be some issues. And she's tight right around here. So basically just go in and kind of work around that area, doing very specific little strokes. You can even twist the foot, do a lot of movement in this position. So twisting the foot and then doing these kind of activation style releases by bringing the foot in the opposite direction. You can even work on the top of the foot very gently and just do a little bit of scraping techniques, a little bit of sweeping. And this is just a really nice way to get an overall treatment for the ankle, calf, foot, and you could even go into the toes specifically from this position. Okay, so for this entire course, I've literally used this tool. But for this last technique, I find that this one does not work well. So I have this little guasa tool. This thing is maybe $5, $3, and it's a really nice tool. And I really think that this is one of the best techniques. It's one that I use at home on myself, that I do consistently because I actually have a bunion and my toes kind of cross over. So the reason why this technique is really nice is because sometimes there's a condition called Morton's neuroma, which can develop in the foot where there's a thickening of the nerves. And this is a really good preventative technique. This is going to be really nice typically for women between the ages of 30 to 50. They wear tight shoes and you can get a lot of issues with kind of compression at the foot. And also a lot of men who do certain jobs, in the military, anything where they're wearing kind of tight boots, things can get really compressed in the toes. So this technique feels really great. It's preventative and it's also psychologically really nice to kind of work in between the toes and to kind of get your feet out of this really kind of tense position that we don't even think about. But when you do this and then you walk after, it just feels so nice, and that's why I love it so much. Okay, so enough rambling. Basically, what you can do here is you can also work on the toes from this angle, and this tool is really nice because of the kind of edge that it has to work on the toes. So you can work on the big toe, just work along. And if someone has bunions, you know, if it's really inflamed, you don't want to do too much, but you can work over that area. And this tool really contours nicely to that edge of the foot. And you kind of work along there and go back and forth. And how's that, kid? Is that okay? And that feels really nice. Now what you can do here, and my favorite technique, which I know is kind of a random technique, but I really do believe that there's a lot of tension held in the feet that we don't realize, but it's there. So I'm taking this tool, and basically I'm going to go up both sides of the toes. Kind of hard to show you guys on camera here, so I'm going to try and separate her toes with my hands that are filled with cream. So basically you can take the toes, splay them across like this, and then work up either side with this tool. So you're just going up, back and forth, and you can do this for a little bit. You don't need to do it for too long, but it feels fantastic. And as you're doing this, you're going to go along the entirety of the foot. I would say between the big toe and the first digit is the most important place to work when you're doing this technique, back and forth. But it's also really nice to do in between the other toes. Now, it's a little bit harder to show this on camera. Basically, you can kind of pin that toe and then just go across and work it like that in between. And then pin the toe and then work in between. This is one that you guys can do at home easily on yourself and just get a feeling for it and see how it feels afterwards when you walk after you do this technique. Now you can do some tractioning of the toes afterwards, which feels really nice. You can do some little joint mobilizations, little joint play. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed all the techniques and that these will really help you and your clients.